Alright, welcome back to the Wizard Den. My name is Brian. Today we're going to be speaking on another one of my experiences. This one is with Marbas. Now, at the time of me doing a ritual with Marbas, I was a Christian and afraid of demons. Okay? But my fiance had health issues, and that took precedence over top of my worry and concern as far as being afraid of hell and all this stuff goes, being afraid of demons, and just as far as that petty bullshit goes. So I had done some research, tried to put together a ritual. I really didn't know what I was doing at the time. This is my first ritual ever. So, like I said, I really didn't know what I was doing. I really didn't do any preparation because I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know about conjurations. All I knew is sigils and offerings. I knew just kind of like a basic idea, but I didn't really know what I was doing, okay? So I went in there and I just started chanting his name. I said my intention, over and over. Come forth, hear me, yada, yada, yada. I have a request, yada, yada, yada. It was like really amateur, really silly sounding. It was not well put together at all. But it worked. It worked all the same. I had given really no thought to it because I didn't feel successful in the moment. I gave the offering anyway, which, looking back, was very smart. But when I gave the offering, I said, if you come through, I will give you a second offering. I give you one offering in good faith, and the second offering will be given after you follow through and give me my request. Okay, so nothing happened at that point. The ritual, I couldn't tell immediately if it had gone according to plan. I didn't know if it was, at the time, if it was him operating through, these procedures, these things that were occurring. Because basically, she had a health issue, and she kept getting denied from these hospitals over and over and over, repeatedly. And not too long after the ritual, she had been accepted. They looked into it, and they figured out what was going on. But it really, her health declined. So I really didn't think too much of it. And I thought, my ritual was a failure. And I was really upset that he didn't come. I was really looking at evocation from a different point of view. If the spirit wanted me to hear it, it could make me hear it, kind of thing. When in reality, that's not how evocations work at all. I had a false narrative on how things work, and a terrible understanding of how things, would proceed if the spirit wanted me to hear it. But nonetheless, time passes, she starts to heal. Like I said, in the beginning, things were getting worse, so I didn't attribute it to Marbas at the time. Time goes by. A year and a half, 2 years. 2 years goes by. I go outside. I'm sitting where I am right now, actually. I'm looking around. All of a sudden, thoughts start spiraling in my mind. Earth, water, fire, air. spirit. I started looking around. I started looking at the water. I said, there's water, here's air, earth, fire is the heat within. The sun is all around me. And at the time, I was not a magic practitioner. I was still a Christian. So these thoughts were very abstract and out of place. So, I started questioning, where did these come from? And all of a sudden, a voice rang in my head. It was Marbas. He said, you owe me. And I said, oh, so you did hear me that day? He said, yes. And I was speaking, but you could not hear me. I said, oh, okay. I was like, so what do I owe you? And he was like, you don't owe me what you offered. I want you to follow through with magic and actually study it. And we'll talk later about the rest. So, that began a whole journey. But he gave me a presence of mind that day. And he would continue to do that at random. I would be outside and he would just give me a clarity. He would come, I would sense him. Back then I couldn't feel energy, but I could still sense his presence, if that makes any sense. I could feel the clarity of mind, the clarity of soul. My thoughts would change. I would start to hear him communicating to me through my thoughts. And he would come back, I think it was like 2 or 3 more times after that first original time. He ended up making that deal with me that I owed him my dedication and not blood. My original offer was blood. He said, I don't want blood, I want your dedication. Originally, I didn't give the dedication. I was very standoffish about it, but I started to study nonetheless. Time passes, a couple years go by, I start getting into Egyptian magic, I start getting into demons and, whatever. Even more time goes by, I'm extremely studied now compared to where I was, and now I'm where I should have been then. What I should have been doing now, what I'm doing now is what I should have been doing then. How dedicated I am, working with demons and stuff like that. Now, I couldn't think of a topic for a video today. And guess who decided to ring my bell? Ding ding, he's here. And he wanted me to go ahead and discuss how he came through for me. My fiance was in a terrible spot. Terrible. Health-wise, she had a lot going on. And now she's fully recuperated. Thanks to Marbas. It wasn't an overnight heal. Obviously that's not how healing works. Especially in the physical realm. It takes time. But he healed my fiance. He gave her opportunities. He got her in front of the correct nurses and stuff like that. And that was counteracting all these spirits because she was cursed. Not cursed, but attacked by a dark entity. I won't say who did it, but I know who did it. And, we just found out about that. And he did it even through that. He healed her through that. Her health declined because of an attack. And he healed her anyway. Through an attack. So, I definitely want to give my thanks to Marbas. Without him, she might not even be here today. But she's fully healed and now, her life isn't at stake anymore. She's alive. And she will stay alive for a very long time. So, thanks to Marbas. Thanks to him and really making me get on this path and stay on this path. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be on this path. Honestly. Because I wouldn't have started trying to dedicate myself in return for something I asked for. But alright, that's all. That's all I had to say today about that. I just wanted to get it out. Marbas is great. Marbas is great for more than just healing and attacking people's health. He can also weaken somebody. If somebody's attacking you, he can weaken their magic. He's also good with arts and sciences, the mechanical arts as well. He can teach you quite a lot. Teach you about poetry and stuff too if you wanted to learn. Poetry is very helpful in magic when you're sitting there writing up a conjuration. But yeah. Peace, guys.